Hey, this is Joe Price. I'm just creating a little training video for part of our Uruguay Connection Project. We basically have been looking at all the PIDs that are in our Uruguay sample, and we're looking for people that don't have a gender on the family tree. And so we're going to go and use the records and use information about the person to find the gender. Most of these are going to be coming from marriage records. And in the marriage record, it doesn't list the gender, but there's a bride and a groom. So even though it's not in the record, it's kind of usually pretty obvious what the gender is. And also Spanish has, a naming convention that makes it usually pretty easy to tell. Okay, so we're going to begin this Google sheet right here. We'll just go down and we'll put our name in, and let's try one of these together. Okay, so you just click on the link. It's going to take you right to the profile page. And so in this case, notice that there is a possible duplicate who's female. The name ends in A. And if you wanted to, sometimes you can click, oh, this only has one source attached. So like if you click here, sometimes you'll have sources that will tell you the gender. In this case, we're going to make this person female, which is then going to allow us to do this duplicate merge. You can't merge people if their gender is different. You can see the birth event 1897. They have the same parents. So this is great. Okay, so since we're getting pretty close to the end of this project, this is also just a good time that if you see stuff that needs to be cleaned up, then that would be great to do. Okay, so then I would go and merge the parents as well. But let me show you one of the key things that we notice is a lot of these are coming from marriage records. And so, oh, actually, this one's fine. Actually, once we did the duplicate, it worked out great. So I'll go back and merge that in a second. Let me go merge parents. Let me show you. Let's try a couple more together. Okay, so again, when we see the name, okay, Juan, so that's a guy's name. So we'll change that to male. And if that ever happens, that little oops, something's wrong, you can just refresh your page. Okay, so we're going to change his gender to male. And then we're going to hit source. And then we're going to click on this and hit review. And you can see this was done by a tree helper. The pathway students that were helping us sometimes didn't quite get this marriage part connected. And so you got Juan over here. So I'm going to copy Juan's ID. Notice here's his wife. So we're going to go to her page. Now she has a gender. If she didn't, then I would assign her the correct gender. And then we come right here and under add spouse, we just merge in the ID of the husband, which I copied from the record. Okay, so I'll try another one of those so you can kind of see. I probably did that a little bit too fast. Let's try another one. Okay, so again, task number one is assign the gender. So Juana is a girl's name, ends in an A. And if you're not sure, you could always Google like, is Juana a girl's name in Spanish? Okay, and so then I'm going to hit sources, and here's that civil registration record. So we'll come in here. Notice here she is in the record. Here's her husband. So what we do is we click on her PID, it says ID copied. Then we come over here and we click on his PID and go to person. And notice in his case, he doesn't have a gender. So we're going to assign him the correct gender, male. And then we're going to come down here and hit add spouse. And then where it says by ID number, we're just going to paste in that thing we copied from the source. Okay. And so basically what we just did is we fixed the gender for two people and we reunited a couple. Okay, let me do one more. But yeah, feel free along the way. I mean, the most important thing we're doing is making sure people on the tree have a gender and that it matches their name or the records that are attached. And then while we're at it, let's also just, if we see anything that's wrong on the tree, like maybe a record got attached to the wrong person or something else is incorrect, this is a great time for us to fix those things. Okay, so here's a case where, and actually, this is a good case where uh, Jorge was not added to the tree and he shouldn't have been because he was born in 1926. So this is really good. Um, and so that one is just fine. And so let's do one last one. Okay, so here's Blanca. So see how her name ends in an A, hit female. Okay, so now we fixed her gender. And notice that her birth registration is in Uruguay. So one thing I'm going to do is just put her birthplace as Uruguay. I don't know the city. And you can see none of these events have that. Oh, except right there, we do have an exact date. So we'll put that in there. Okay, and then we're going to hit on sources. And notice she has a few different ones. I'm pretty sure this one looks like a marriage record. So we'll come in here. And then here's Luis over here. So again, we copy her ID. We click on Luis, go to his page. You can see Luis doesn't have a gender. So we're going to give him correct gender. We're going to come down here and add in his spouse. And if you want, while you're on this page, you could also attach some of these other records. So I was going to see if there was one that had his exact birth date. So you can see here we have an exact birth date. So I'll put in 7 December. I'm going to put in Uruguay. Okay, add that over, and then we'll attach all of those. Okay, and if at any point you see that maybe they got the wrong parents or other things that we need to fix, that'll be great. Okay, so hopefully this video was helpful. You can put the ones in, but we're really excited to have your help with this. We're getting really close to the end of this Uruguay Connection Project. I'm going to be in Uruguay in 1 week. I'm just super excited to go there and help people see their family, kind of see the fruits of what we've been working on for the last several weeks, and just really grateful for your help, and hope you have a great experience working on this one of these last parts of our project.